Tonight, I'm absolutely excited for our speaker, and I'm going to take just a minute or two because I don't want to waste his time because it's going to be a very not only entertaining but educational evening as well. But I ran across Mo from a fellow worker of mine, an architect who had Mo in school at Oklahoma State. And he said, if you could get Mo to be a speaker for your urban sketcher group, you'd be highly appreciative of the not only the philosophical perspective on sketching, but really the talent that oozes from him in multiple directions. And we can't wait to experience that. But a little bit about Mo. He teaches design architecture, or he's taught design architecture and graphic communication at Oklahoma State. He's currently teaching advanced graphics at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. The architects that worked with me had Mo at Oklahoma State and are products of his teaching. And I'm telling you, they're wonderful artists in their own right. So I know that Mo has a tremendous influence on those who care to continue pursuing drawing professionally or within their profession. One particular item I have here, I noted he has twice been recognized as a top 25 most admired educator by Design Intelligence. So that tells you a little bit about who he is and what he does and what he means to not only the profession of architecture, but really to the art of sketching. And he's an author. He's published a number of books. When I ran across Mo, I had to run out and get his graphic journaling book, and it's a wonderful read. And I'm going to get the other one he recommended to me. It's called Creative Journeys, and you can go through Kindle. What is it? KindleHunt.com if you want to order that book. I looked on it last night and it's reasonably priced, but Mo highly recommends that. So I'm going to jump into it as well, and I love that. A couple of things before we get to Mo. Tonight's going to be a little different for us, and I know it was in our advertisement, but tonight Mo asked if we could give him the courtesy of watching. And I really love that, the courtesy of watching. What that does, it gives us the full ability to pay close attention to not only what he's saying, but what he's doing and how he's doing it. And I think when we have demonstrators and we have our guests, I think it really behooves us to pay as much attention to what he's saying or what they're saying and what they're doing. And we can always learn by the immediacy of his actions. And then we'll go back on YouTube, and if we want to draw along and sketch along, we can do that. But tonight's going to be a little different because I want us all to be in a classroom and to be in Mo's classroom and to be his students for an hour or so if we can. And I think we will all benefit greatly from it. A couple of things also, if you have a question or a comment, if you don't mind, just raise your hand in the chat and I'll recognize you. I'll sort of be monitoring the best I can. Mo said he's okay with being interrupted with questions if you want to raise your hand or whatever, so we don't interrupt each other, and we can be recognized from there. If I miss you, just holler out. We're a pretty loose group, so we'll be happy to give you the opportunity there. So with that. Mo, I can't thank you enough for being part of our group and really being generous with your time to talk to us this evening. We can't wait to meet you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pre-warn everybody, you're going to be highly entertained and you're going to be incredibly impressed because this gentleman speaks our language and he brings it to a higher volume. And I can't wait to hear more. So Mo, thank you for the privilege of introducing you, but thank you more for the privilege you're offering us to spend time with us this evening. So thank you.
You're far too kind. I'm really blushing. You give me way too much credit. But really, it's amazing what you do to my ego. Fantastic. From now on, that's it. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. And thank you, everybody. I am just very excited, extremely excited, and very enthused by the fact that you took a lot of your valuable time and you decided to hear me blab. I've been teaching this for more than 30 years. Amazingly enough is that towards the end is I had an epiphany, which is the fact that we learn by looking. And we cannot actually look at two things at the same time, even though we have stereo topic vision, but however, it tends to focus on just one topic. I've seen one time like videos um, um, of lizards. One eye goes to one way and the other. Unless we've got this ability, then you can only just look at one thing. So what happens usually is that you are listening to me, but it would be better to look at me doing it, at my hands, and listening to what I say, because whenever you are doing it yourself, basically you are probably listening, not as much, but however, you're not looking. So it's really counterproductive. So now I just hold all my workshops. The first day, usually it is a demo. And then the next day, it would be actually just like doing it together and giving critique. So I'm looking forward to actually just seeing what you do again. We will do it, and then I will give you criticism, which is really fantastic. What Chris had said is amazingly kind. Thank you, Chris. Is that um, um, the reason that I actually became, let's just say, halfway decent about it is that when I came to the country, is that my English was actually subpar, and and my mother dressed me funny, and all of a sudden, do you remember is that whenever we take like a history class, and it was with slides. Okay, I'm showing my age. And at that time, and he's a great mentor, Dr. Hanser, and he would be flipping through it. It's unbelievable. It's like, hold on, I can't understand the language, let alone, I don't know what this is. I don't know what to do. There was no videos. So what happens is that I taught myself is that to take the fewest of lines to try to capture that slide so that later on is that I would go to the library and just look it up. There was none. Now, for example, do you know, like whenever we lecture, they ask you to put your lecture online. You put your class notes online. Everything is online, like so that they can have access to them. But so all of a sudden, amazing. It actually came about as a need. And I genuinely think that you become very good at this by the fact that you value it so much and you would use it not just as a hobby, it becomes something that you actually use. So in my case, actually, yes, I use it to understand this bloody world around us, dissecting it, listening to it, and recording it. And that's because whenever you record it, basically it gets sunk in your memory and your comprehension better. I seriously doubt that I have more than 200 sketchbooks. I seriously doubt that I would actually just go and visit them, but it's amazing. It's the idea that you actually sketched it. And many of them is like, Mo, this is ridiculous. I want my money back. I thought we're going to be talking about watercolors. It's like, don't worry, we're going to do it. However, there is no substitute for actually being a very good sketcher so that you can do good watercolors. I participate with urban sketchers here in Washington, D.C. And then what it is that, okay, immediately doing watercolors without actually having a good sketch, you would end up with hideous work. And number two, lesson for today, please don't fall in love with your work. Admire it, but don't fall in love with it because the next one is going to be better. If you fall in love with it, this means that you would actually just go on stasis. Basically, you're going to be the same. That's it. There is no thing better than the Mona Lisa. That's it. They're not going to do anything. So all the time, please do me a favor, be critical. Like this could have been better. Or for example, oh, this sketch is nicer. This person sketches better than me, or so on and so forth, so that you can strive to become better. Are you going to become actually like 100% better? I seriously doubt it. But what it is that again, this is what keeps us alive and young is the fact that the next sketch is going to be actually better. And I don't know about you, is that after you do it, it's a natural high. It's like, dang, I really enjoyed this. It was so lovely. And every once in a while, like right there in front, in the garden, on the street, somebody's like, hey, man, this is really good. It's like, thank you. It's just a regular, normal person would actually just admire the fact that you are sitting there just recording what had happened in a very, very, very nice and effective way. Having said that, today, what's going to happen? Oh, if you don't mind, I will be just making outrageous claims like I invented the question mark, and some of them I can prove and some I can't. the, please, I hope please don't buy the book, just look at it. This one is my latest book right here. I wrote it with Nathan Richardson, and it is filled with sketches that I did. And what it is about elongating the time that you spend whenever you visit anything. So
Mm.
usually whenever you are there with a camera, it just takes 2 seconds, and I seriously doubt that you're going to visit your images again. So all of these strategies about elongating the time that you would interact with whatever subject matter that you are recording and being able to reflect upon it. And it's very important to disseminate it. Don't just do it, and that's because it brought you pleasure. No, you really need to share it. That's very important. So what it is that the world you owe it to the world is for them to see what you saw through your eyes, if that makes sense. So this is why we put them up. It's very important. Very, very important. So this is one. And if you want to actually just get, this was done, it's called Moh'd Bilbeisi Vision and Visionary. It was the catalog that went for the museum for my work. It has got images. It has got an intro by Antoine Predoc. Hey, it's a very nice thing to look at. That aside, if you don't mind, I am very interruptible, but I need to be interrupted by just one person, Chris. So anytime that you have a question, you can just ask Chris, and Chris would ask me, and then I would answer in real time by using AI. I have no idea what that is. But in terms of equipment, let me tell you this. There is no substitute for this. It's amazing. And it is actually a 2B. And I usually actually use Japanese pencils.
Mm.
And that's because, I mean, from the people who got you the Zero Fighter and the Toyota, it's not too bad. It's like butter. It's unbelievable. It's their pen. My favorite, it's Mitsubishi. It's this Mitsubishi. It's not the people who make the car. It's called Mitsubishi. It's really amazing. You can just order it via on the internet. 2B. And if you want it to be light, don't push too hard. If you want it to be very dark, just dig in. It's really the simple. Don't go. That sounds very absolute. I strongly suggest that you don't actually just go sketching and taking about 14 different hardnesses of graphite. It just does not work. Other things I was talking to Jamie and Chris and Lisa the other day is as I get older, I really get better at it, seriously. And my palette gets smaller and smaller. So I would go with my urban sketchers in Washington, D.C., amazing people. And sometimes I see people I've never seen before. It's like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? And all of a sudden, you should see the setup. It's unbelievable. You can basically land the space shuttle through that particular setup. It's a chair, multiple tables, multiple waters. Some of them is mineral water. Some of them is alcohol, not for drinking. Somebody told them you use alcohol. Pastels, watercolors, but it's like, listen, really, I just go around the globe having two things. My little tiny palette of watercolor, and if you run out of water, you have water, if you know what I'm talking about. And you would have a pen and a pencil. We talked about the pencil, then we talk about the pen, and I'm very, very ardent about it. Very, very. What it is, it's a fountain pen. If you don't have one, please get one. There is no substitute for a fountain pen. It's not about just, oh, you are such a romantic. No, not at all. What happens is the physicality of the hand. Whenever you are using a ballpoint, the ballpoint is a horrible, horrible instrument that was actually invented by Biro. And that's because it's a product of convenience. It's amazing how convenient it is. And it is worthless. And ask me how I can actually prove it. Gina, I can see you, you're drinking. What happens is that, why God, I do this and I recorded myself. I need to find the video. I go to a drive-through bank, and you know, these things go, and it comes. Inside the canister usually is a ballpoint pen. So I am looking at the banker through the window, and I open it and I put my hand inside and I grab the pencil and I put it in my pocket and I send it back. She should actually call the cops because I am stealing it, in addition to the fact I look Al Qaeda. So it's very dangerous. So what happens? Not even one time somebody got upset. And that's because it's worthless. I assure you, if it was actually an instrument with great precision, like a fountain pen or something like that, they won't even allow you to touch it. What it is designed so that you have to actually push on it and move it. And what happens is that this is too much for your hand to do. You want the instrument to be as light as possible. That's very important. And that's because you're going to be moving it. Number two, the fountain pen, the good fountain pen, it is designed so that it will have actually a nib that is flexible. Not super flexible. Super flexible, it becomes a little bit problematic. But what it is that I will be able to put a little bit of pressure on it, and the tines, they open up ever so slightly, and now your line is modulated. So it can go from thin to relatively thick and vice versa. So that is really the secret to getting lines that are modulated. They have not the same thickness. You can always say, "Mo, you're full of it," because I also use roller balls. Yes, I tell you, for example, Pilot roller balls, it's really hard for me to say it's a bad pen because it's a good pen. But however, anything that has got a roller, this means that it has got a particular thickness that you cannot modulate. So you can only modulate it by having a fountain pen. You can always just say, "Well, I can always use a dip pen." Oh, fantastic. I use dip pens, but I use them here in my studio because I cannot just like carry ink canisters and just like, you want it to be easy to do. This is how it works. What kind of a pen I would suggest, and this is actually not, I'm not sponsored by any fountain pen company, by the way. And I was told that some of you are novices, which we love you, and some of you are actually experts. But I started my journey with fountain pens, and I have more than 2,000. It's sickening. It's called a Lamy Safari. It was actually designed by Gerd Mueller, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's a product of industrial design from the people who brought you two World War. That's impressive. And all of a sudden, it's really amazing. It's very durable. It has got a good like nib, and it's just very, very, very bulletproof. So start there. I think it's fantastic. Later on, you can just get different pens because different nibs behave differently. Like Japanese fountain pens tend to be on the thin side, and that's because some of these kanji characters has got 31 strokes. You have to have it thin. Oh, and be very careful from getting it very broad, because broad for fountain pens, this means it is almost calligraphic. So it's it's not slanted. It's like the vertical stroke is extremely wide and the horizontal stroke is thin. But you can actually grind them yourself, and you can even bend them to make it a fude nib, which is really an amazing way of doing it. But then again, be very careful. You might actually destroy a couple of pens before you start. And actually, you can just buy it on Amazon with a fude nib. It's fantastic. There is like brush nibs and stuff like that. Or many of you is like, "Mo, stop. What should I do?" You know what? Get you a fountain pen with a medium nib and start right there. Next, and we're going to be here for a while. Don't forget about the ink. Don't get a cartridge. It's convenient. I hate convenience. Yes, indeed. But what it is that get a converter. The converter is very important, and that's because you will be able to pick your own ink. And not all the inks are the same. Absolutely not. My favorite is Pelikan 4001. It's so old, it's ridiculous. But however, it's extremely, extremely bright and very, very, very black. I discovered how amazing it is by the fact that you can actually get amazing scans. Whenever you put it in the scanner, it really reflects lights beautifully. So it ends up very nice lines. Compare that to actually scanning a sketch that you made out of graphite, because graphite reflects light differently. It's always just like, man, it doesn't look like this in real life. This is ridiculous. Again, you have to be very careful. Do I like graphite? Oh, yes, I like graphite, but I don't use it that often. And that's because I am really very much interested in doing it in ink. And that's because graphite would actually always give you the impression that you can erase. Don't carry an eraser. If you make a mistake, restart it. This is how it works. Before you know it, actually, you would make less mistakes. Not that you won't make any mistakes. Like today, I actually counted them. I made around 35. Some of them were dire. But however, amazingly enough, really, no erasers. It does not work. Really, I don't use erasers. I use the other thing, in terms of ink, it comes in two kinds. Some of it is water soluble and some of it is waterproof. The waterproof inks has got a higher carbon content. And what it does, it will actually clog your pen. So you have to be very careful. So make sure that you actually just use it with a dip pen. Or if you've got it inside your fountain pen, sometimes they say, oh, it's specially formulated for fountain pens. My experience is that the best one that you can use, it's called, make sure you take notes, the Atramantis. It's it's made in Germany. It's really amazing. Really, it's called archival ink. It's fantastic. It's not as bright black as the Pelican, but the Pelican is not waterproof. This means you hit it with water, and all of a sudden it turns into an aqueous solution that you can use. And this is what we are using today.
Hey Mo, can you repeat that? I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you repeat
Sure.
the
No, no.
that
It's
ink? Yeah.
called the Atramantis. I will be more than happy to show it to you. It's right here.
I don't know what he said either.
Oh, that's because I said it in French. No, it's called the Atrament. D-E. This is backwards.
Can't see.
Nobody does. It's the Atramantis. How about like this? I will send an email with lots of complaints to Chris, and he would just like send it to you. Is that okay?
And
It's
Merrick
really
put it in
amazing.
the chat. Merrick
We'll put it into the chat. Absolutely.
Thank you, Merrick.
Merrick is here. I love Merrick. How are you? Oh, how is Poland? I think you're from Canada.
Hello,
We love
Mo.
Canada. Don't listen to these people. We
I don't
love
want to
Canada.
interrupt the monologue, so it's so good, but we wouldn't miss you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Heart, 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 heart. But amazing. This is actually, I think, my favorite, and that's because I put it in a fountain pen, except be very careful. You need to use that fountain pen or else it will clog, and that would be bad. Why do I use it? And that's because sometimes I just feel like it, is that I decide to actually hit it with watercolor, but whenever it goes on the black lines, they won't run. It's just one of those days. It's like, I don't want it to run. And it's really amazing. It's fantastic. But my favorite is whenever I actually just make it very runny. I like my sketches and my paintings to be very, very runny. And I have a reason for it. Glenn, ask me why. I just want to make sure that Glenn is focused. Glenn, hello, Glenn. Glenn, and that's because, and this is for everybody, is I truly believe is that the medium should actually reflect, or the painting should reflect the medium that it's used. Mm-hmm. So if I do watercolors, it needs to look watery and it needs to look runny. I'm not joking. I'm not going to actually, and some of you, it's like, Mo, you suck. It's like, no, I'm not actually going to use watercolors so that it might appear as if it is ink. No, that's not the case. And number two, and promise that you won't throw things at me, is that I don't do real. Real is too overrated. Is I will take a photograph. Remember, your job is to interpret. It's not to actually record it as is. And that might go against the creed of urban sketchers. But however, I actually just did a modification for it. You actually draw it as you see it. This means we see differently and we interpret it accordingly. So it's very important. If you want it to be extremely real and you want to just record it as is, I have something a lot easier and better, actually. It's called cha-chin, a camera. It takes 2 seconds. You cannot be more real than this. So that's the thing. Remember, my idea is to see that subject matter, and remember, subject matter is extremely wide. It's not the physicality of what you see, it's the sounds, it's the shading, which indicates the temperature, the activities, the hostilities, and the peace. It's all included with your strokes, and it comes across. And this is why we are akin to that particular sketch versus just recording it as what is, because all of a sudden, seriously, it becomes a rendering. It's like, okay, very nice, I love it. But what it is just your personality needs to creep inside it. In case you're wondering what kind of a pen that I use, this one right here is my workhorse. It was a penider. It's just my favorite. It works for me. Maybe it won't work for you. So you really need to buy 2,000 of these until you become 61 years old and you go, oh, finally, I find one that I love. Seriously, I have a lot, except this is my baby. I love it. If I lose it, oh my God, I probably don't know what to do with myself. The nice thing about it, okay, make sure you take notes. This is important. The nice thing about this is its length. Many of you are like, what? Yes. And that's because whenever we actually just write, we tend to hold the pen towards the nib. And that's because you will have more control. And look at my movement. It's push and pull. Very important, because you're writing. Your hand stays stationary and you are going like this and you're moving it horizontally. Very nice. Left to right in the Western Hemisphere, right to left in the Eastern Hemisphere. Amazingly enough, whenever we sketch, we make lines that tend to be longer than the strokes for letters. Very long. So this means you have to actually just move your forearm. And I actually just read so much. It's like, oh, make sure that you move your shoulder, you move your head, move your shoe. No. What happens is that you need to work on your ability to make a straight horizontal line, which means actually just practicing every day 2,500 times so that you can actually just make them horizontally nice and parallel. I do it. I swear to God, I do it. And that's because I don't want to lose it. If I lose it, what am I going to do with myself? But for doing vertical lines, what are you going to do? Nobody likes to go up. You're going to dig through the paper. You always drag down. Dragging down, all of a sudden, this is really not very comfortable for me. I'm going to do it on a piece of paper in a second. So what happens is that we use the hook stroke. God forbid they would tell us about it. What happens? There are two strokes. There is actually just this one whenever you go horizontally. And then whenever you are doing the hook stroke, you tend to actually slide the pen and you hold it from about half to 1/3. Find that sweet spot. It's very important. It's different from us. Mine is about 15 degrees. And guess what I do? I actually rotate it. It's called the hook. And then I will actually just go like that with comfort. So my hand is this way and the pen is going the other way. It's fascinating. I'll show you, don't worry. But for you to be able to do this, this means that the pen now is sliding inside. That's not good. So all of a sudden, this is called posting your pen. Posting your pen, it has got two effects. Me being technical, remember, oh, it's your money. No, what happens is all of a sudden, it has got weight towards the back. This means the nib is lighter. Ooh, very nice. I like that. And in addition to that, this means whenever I do my hook, look at it. I still have got control over it. See? Because if I am holding it like this, it fell inside here. This is ridiculous. So whenever I actually buy a fountain pen, go to a fountain pen store. I think there is only 6 in the United States. It's really sad because it's nice to actually try them. The other thing is the girth. And remember, and I have one too. Once I got my first job, I went and I bought a Mont Blanc 149, the Meisterstück. It's fantastic. You just put it right here. It's like, do you see this? I'm amazing. But it's probably horrible. I have one. I'm not joking. The better one, it's called the 146. It's smaller. It doesn't have that much girth. Why is that? It's easier to hold. Remember, we don't actually buy the pens to sign checks. We buy them to draw. That's very big difference. Very, very big difference. So really find, you're going to have to actually just like experiment with a lot until eventually you feel comfortable with it. And then all of a sudden, just use it. Try it my way whenever I am done and send it to me and get some criticism. I've got a feeling that you're going to enjoy it, or send me hate letters. That would be okay. Yeah. Any
Great.
questions so far?
Yeah, a couple of them we've been answering. We thanks to Merrick there. We wanted you to repeat the name of the pen, and he wrote it in the chat, so we got that. So
Okay, good.
appreciate that. Let's see, we got one new message. Trying to read what we have. Yeah, the Mont Blanc 146. That was Merrick putting that in.
Oh, good.
A few of us own a 149. I agree with you with that, but I love to write with my 149, but I don't like to draw with it.
Christopher, you're the steely-eyed rocket man. And since in Florida, it makes sense. But I agree with you. Some pens are for writing, some pens are for drawing. And not drawing. For example, whenever I do like big things, seriously, is I have a dip pen. My dip pen is made by Jörg Heisek. Would you like me to show it to you? Say yes.
You might as well.
No,
absolutely.
might as well.
It's your show. Show us whatever you want. And Merrick, appreciate you filling in the interpretations here. Really appreciate that.
Backed by popular demand.
All right, we're glad you are.
Here it is. You can't find it anymore. He did it. It's like a great product of industrial design. It's a dip pen, but look how big it is. It's like 24 inches, exaggeration to make a point. Look at the size of the nib.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
And it is extremely flexible. If you could find it on eBay, get it. It's really amazing. And it has got like enough weight. It's just, oh my God. I just love this pen. It's fantastic. It's by Jörg with the J, Heisek. He's Swiss industrial designer. Now he does just watches. It's kind of weird. When they came out, they weren't very expensive, but now if you find it, I don't know.
Hey Mo, quick question. How would you, from me, how would you rate the Lamy Joy, which is a little longer?
Oh,
but
it's
it
very
feels
nice.
pretty
The
good.
Joy is very, absolutely. I love it. I love the Joy. The only thing that I don't like about it is that its cap, has got a clutch.
Yes.
Which after a while, because we use them a lot, click, 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 and all of a sudden the thing is just like, it rolls like that. It's ridiculous. So I really prefer them whenever they are threaded. And that's because they even keep the ink moist. As long as that you use it often, it should be okay. But the Joy, it's like butter. It's really amazing. Lamy knows how to do, except they have these dialogue ones. It's kind of like a James Bond of that pens. If you push this button, the ink, it's ridiculous. Yes, I bought one like an idiot, but however, I don't use it. It's like, oh my God, I feel like James Bond. All I need is an Aston Martin and I'll be set. So it's just no.
Why not?
Yeah, but seriously, before you buy the fountain pen, you have to try it personally. Don't take my word for it. And that's because we all hold it differently. In terms of like nib size, I use, actually, you're going to laugh at me. I use a broad, but I grind it myself so that I would be very happy with it. And that's a lecture in itself. You're going to have tools and stuff, which I did to this particular pen. I made it work so that my horizontal stroke is thick and my vertical stroke is thin. And that's even to add more to the modulation of the the nib.
Yeah, it's like the parallel pen. You can grind the nib.
Absolutely.
And
yes, you can
do
make
architectural. The architectural extended. That kind of thing. Yeah, beautiful.
Definitely. I grind my those are easy to grind. You just need to have like I'm showing my nerdiness.
Rock.
Actually, you're gonna have to have like a rock to it. Like you have to be very nice and just and you will ruin a couple of them before it's like, oh, it's not too bad. Then you would use it. It's really very nice. thick, thin. Remember, and a fountain pen. If you don't like fountain pens because they're messy, and look at my hands, it's like permanently stained. But it's and I wear black shirts, not like I want to feel New York, and that's because I ruin my shirts. I've got like pink spots everywhere. It just
Hey, Mo, another quick question.
What's that?
Glenn wanted me to ask you about carbon ink.
Carbon ink. It's fantastic. I have one actually right here by Platinum. Glenn,
Yes.
you're very good. It's amazing. However, it's not that black. If you look at it, it is very dark gray. So I don't know. If you like it, Glenn, I think it's fantastic, but be very careful. It also clogs pens. But if you use it with the dip pen, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Dip pens are amazing.
and Merrick talked about platinum carbon as well.
Yes, this
Merrick's
is the
a big
best,
fan of
the
platinum
best
carbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to tell you certain things, and please don't tell them I said it. But be very careful. Buy actually inks from like a reputable manufacturer. Like Pelikan had been in the business for like more than 100 years. Seriously, Waterman has got good ink, even though they got bought by Parker now. So it's basically Parker ink. Quink is Parker ink. It's so good. Whenever you hit it with water, it gives you purples and stuff like that. It's really amazing. It's too amazing for my taste. It looks like you're like drawing a circus. Yeah. So the Pelikan is good. Okay, here, please don't throw things at me. There is also, I don't know who he is, and he makes his like, I've got a feeling that he's like making his inks inside a bathtub inside his house. It's called like it became very Noodler's ink and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes.
I tell you, Noodler ink, not a big fan, and that's because it ruined the insides, the feed inside of my Pelikan pen. And whenever I actually took it to, he's a guy, it's called Michael Bender, so that he can just look at it. It was actually an expensive Pelikan 1000. It's like, whoa. But what happens is that whatever makeup of that was so acidic, it actually reacted badly with the feed that was made out of, it's carbonized rubber. It will come back. I'm showing my age. But anyway, so all of a sudden, it's absolutely not. And that's because I want to use ink from a reputable manufacturer. Don't buy it from a person who just like discovered that he can just make it. No, absolutely not. No. The other thing is that we talked about doing watercolors workshop, and I would be more than happy to do it. In case you're wondering about my palette, and I'm going to show you my palette, as I get older, it's getting smaller and smaller. And I only use Sennelier watercolors. They're made in France. You will be so surprised about how intense they are. Extremely. So if your watercolors appear to be chalky, well, that's because, don't throw things at me, you're using Daniel Smith. They are great value. It's fantastic. Whip-de-doo, but again, I am always against value. What happens, you need to actually just seek excellence. So what happens is that Sennelier is a little bit, well, it's more expensive, but however, the intensity is amazing. And it also has got, thank you so much, Marek. It's called Ebonite. God forbid I would remember. Thank you. Ebonite side. Ebonite is very good because ink sticks to it better than plastic. So it's obvious that this for like fountain pen nerds. Okay, and my colors get smaller and smaller and smaller. Remember, whenever we bought actually watercolors, usually comes with a set with 60 colors. It's unbelievable. Multiple hues. That's the worst thing you can do. And don't buy these travel sets too. And that's because somebody at Winsor Newton decided that you need this particular green. It doesn't work like that. Just take some water and just take some paper and go to Blick Art and then try them. You should not actually just buy colors just sight unseen. This is ridiculous. So it used to be that the world used to have things called art stores. Now there is nothing. It's just they're gone. So you really need to try them because we all like them differently, and the way they interact with paper is really differently. But that is a lecture for another workshop about watercolors. It's going to take forever. Last but not least is paper. And I promise I'm going to start drawing. Paper is very, very important. And don't forget, probably half of you, including myself a long time ago, is I used to buy paper as a function of how much or how least expensive it is. Like I would just like buy it because it's least expensive. That's not true. Don't do this, please. Some papers are good, some papers are bad. And that's because it has got something called size. And it's not the dimensions. What happens is that these fibers, whenever they actually press them, they have to actually make sure that they don't unravel. Well, how do you do this? Well, with pressure. But they press them a lot without size, and this is how they make toilet paper, highly absorbent. It's amazing for watercolor, except it goes everywhere. And that's because it's designed to absorb moisture. So what they decide to do is actually put size on it. Size is glue. What happens is that certain companies, they would actually have this like proprietary, amazing formula that has got like horses' hooves and rhinoceros ears, and it's really amazing. And then what they do is that they actually spray it, or they actually just like wipe it either on the top of the paper or at the bottom. So be very careful. Just because it says that it is watercolor paper, you need to find out is the size on the top or at the bottom or both. If you're not sure, always do your paintings or your sketches on the side that has got the watermark correctly. Because sometimes you might decide is I'm going to use the back and all of a sudden you end up with like different results. It's like, what happened? If you find the paper that you like, stick to it. And remember, it needs to absorb a little bit. Don't get actually just like completely supersized paper, like, for example, Xerox paper. It's horrible because you want that paper to absorb some of this ink to the point like my best sketches are done on newsprint. Many of you is like, what? Yes. Rosamond, I put them on newsprint. Anytime I actually just stop, it gives me a blob. I love it. It's really amazing. This way, I don't have to put texture. It's texture by itself. It's a style that you would do. It's called newsprint, extremely inexpensive. But the bad thing about it is that the color is usually yellowish. It's okay. That's all right. Any questions before I start? Today, in case you're wondering, is that I'm going to do actually a sketch and I'm going to be talking as I do it. But you're going to notice that my ability to blab effectively is going to be severely impaired. And that's because don't forget is you need to what? Focus. Extremely important. I can just be extremely blah, 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 blah. And once I am actually doing it, I usually shut up. And that's because you need to go into that zone. But however, don't worry. If you ask me a question or something, just say, Chris, I will be back. It takes me.
All right.
And
Yeah,
okay.
I'll do it. Yeah.
The way that I am doing this is that first I'm going to actually just show you a few of my strokes that are world renowned. Yeah, I wish. And then afterwards, I'm going to actually just do a street scene that is almost like from the city of Cairo, the old city of Cairo. It's very narrow and it has got things on every side. And then afterwards, I'm going to just hit it with water. And this water had been actually dyed a little bit with my favorite blue, and it's called cerulean blue, just a tiny bit. Many of you is like, why Mo? And that's because whenever you scan it, you're gonna get better results than this water alone. But I'm gonna do the whole thing with only one hue. This means one color. But the value, all of a sudden, Jamie goes, Mo, how about the value? Well, the value is a function of the brush. And you're gonna notice if I go very slow, it's going to be dark. And if I go very quickly, it's going to be light. And you really need to modulate the pressure on the brush. And remember, they are designed to be abused. Don't be so ginger. You know, like in movies, it's like the artist usually is like, you know, it's just, no, you just go right. Seriously, they are designed to be used. Number two, brushes. Don't waste your money and just go and I'm going to get this Kolinsky brush. They are really nice. I have several. They are like butter, but are they actually $350 butter? No, they're not, I tell you. My favorite is Chinese brushes. And that's because I can use them. They work very well. And whenever they start unraveling stuff like that, I will get another one. I mean, it is wasteful, but however, it's really just paying $200, $350 for a brush. is a little bit excessive, I would say. But however, excuse me, if this is what you like, be my guest. It's Kolinsky brushes are very nice. Lately, Da Vinci, they're made in Germany. It seems I am akin to anything German, but they have amazing brushes that with synthetic fibers. It's really amazing. I'm not joking. Like, wow, this is good. It's really good. And how much is it? $20. It's fantastic. It's lovely. And again, I used to actually have got like a gazillion brushes. This brush here, this brush there, this brush here. Excuse me. I have like all of a sudden I've got like 5 brushes. That's it. This is all I have. In terms of color, like I really don't have pink. If you want something pink, I'm sorry. I just don't. Seriously, it's just I don't have it. I'm not gonna spend my time trying to mix pinks. It doesn't work like that for me. Maybe I'm getting old, but that's okay. Any questions so far?
Let's see. Merrick mentioned Da Vinci brushes.
Yeah.
So that was good. No questions so far.
It's fantastic. It's really very nice and not very expensive. The other one that I like too is Escoda, but I don't like the marketing strategies. They try to find us like, oh, and look, Christopher is using them. They must be very good. It's just not right, It's just like let people choose what they want, because they want to change. Before I start drawing, is it okay if I show you just a little bit of the things that I do?
Please.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
Please.
I promise. And
Absolutely.
if you hate them, start going, oh, no, this is ridiculous. Let's start. Okay, I'm going to share. Can you see it?
Yes.
Oh, this one right here, it's the dome on top of the Library of the Congress. When you come to DC, make sure you contact me via secret messages, of course. And what happens is the best location to sketch it is in the Folgers Gallery. It's amazing. So we'll go to the Folger Theater and you go underneath it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, because the dome is not so apparent at the Library of Congress. But if you go from the back, go down the downspouts and stuff like that, you need me at this location, please. Oh. By the way, most of these, like I did in 10 minutes, not to try to impress you. I get bored if it takes longer. Seriously, it's just like, that's it. I don't want to do it. This is a street in Istanbul, the old city.
Oh,
this is Union Station. This one is done with waterproof ink. Do you notice? See, the ink lines are like intact. And I only modulated the hues. Oh, fantastic. This one is done with water-soluble ink, which is the Pelican. And look, you have to be very careful where you put the water so that you would actually shade it with that particular color. This is in graphite. And all these dots, and what you see is that whenever I pause and I rub my graphite, I call it disease. The eye favors textures like that on the paper. Oh, this is actually a center in Rogers, Arkansas. This is just purely watercolor, but it was done with graphite.
Wow!
Thank you. This is my attempt to design a row house in Washington, D.C. I just put my face inside. Nobody caught it. It's really ridiculous. That's why people are on crack cocaine nowadays. It's like, look, it's like, what? I don't see it. It's like I am there. But that's okay.
Personalize your residence. I love it.
This is inside the National Portrait Gallery. This is actually the courtyard, and it was covered by Norman Foster. He's an amazing British architect. And it really looks like this. The top is very blue because of the glass, and there is just a few trees. Again, this is what I saw. Did you notice? I don't try to make it real. This is what I saw. And I always include human beings. They give me scale. I insist that you really need to put human beings. Gina, ask me if there are no human beings. Make them up again, because they give you scale. This is what it is. And all of a sudden you can judge how big, how small by looking at human beings. Very important. And I will show you in a second. This is another iteration. I think this one is nicer personally.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm an architect, and just nobody wants to hire me to do a cathedral like that, so I make them up in their faces. Yeah. This is the same one before it got colored.
Mm.
This is while I am waiting on Xfinity. They're like an internet provider.
Mm.
This is not Notre Dame, you know. This is in New York City. Did you notice that people? I add those people. There were no people. I add people. It's important to add people.
Mm.
This was done with waterproof ink.
Oh man, marvelous.
This is for the watercolor. Again, did you notice whenever you look at it, it's so runny. It looks watery. It's like, thank you so much. That's the idea. Only thing that watercolor could do is just make it so ethereal, very aqueous. This is how it is. And by the way, I didn't invent it. I learned that from James Mallard Turner. He is amazing, and the great watercolorist. His paintings is, it's again, he did not paint what he see. He just painted how he felt. Very, very, very nice.
Mm.
This is adding to it.
Oh.
My notes. I'm going too fast. When we meet again for the next time, we'll do things like that, if that's okay with you. Just the fewest of strokes. This one is about like 2 minutes. It's just like focusing on things that matter. It's basically the dome. It has got a cross on top of it, and it's got something in the background. That's it. Anyway, we can go on and on and on, but enough is enough. Let's just get to business. What do you guys say? Yes.
Well, those are marvelous, and
you are so kind.
We don't mind you going on and on, but I tell you what's interesting, and we often talk about it. You know, what we sketch sometimes in 3 minutes, we like better than what we sketch in an hour. You know, it's so expressive. It's so much fun. It's quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I cannot agree more with you. So strive for doing it as quickly as possible. So none of that is going to spend 2 hours on it. Sketch, by definition, is a quick drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is taking more than 15 minutes, you know what? You're not sketching. Basically, you're drawing, and that's different. A sketch is a drawing. A drawing is not a sketch. This is our motto for today. Please don't throw things at me. I mean, and if you are taking like days to do any kind of a drawing, well, I mean, good for you. But however, this is not a sketch anymore. Okay, sketch. Did you notice too that somebody, I can't remember who told me this, is like, don't forget that sketch, I am back. Sketch doesn't have a beginning and doesn't have an end. Absolutely, I disagree. No, absolutely. You always start with the subject matter and you always end with the subject matter. It's not like open-ended. No, not at all. No. You know, whenever you actually, it's like, yeah, I think I got it. That's it. So it's not like I really don't know what I'm doing. I will find it when I do. Before I do any sketch, I usually just stare at it for about like 5, 6, 7 minutes and find out, okay, when am I going to start? Where I'm going to stop? And I always look for natural edges so that I can stop it over there, or else it would go forever. Do I take with me like, you know, like viewfinders and pieces like that? Please don't. Do it with your eye. It takes longer, but you will become so good at it. Again, as we get older, I swear to God, even my clothes are heavy. So like, I would like just to travel with a couple of pens and just my sketchbooks and call it the day. There is no reason for crazy. I mean, however, like if you feel, many of you, it's like, Mo, you suck. It's like, no, if carrying many things is like your shtick, that's fine too. Let's go ahead and start sketching. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
You are so kind. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not boring you.
No, we're on the edge of our seats, actually.
Oh, okay. 1 extra point for Chris. Okay. I'm going to share my camera Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I want
Okay,
to make
good.
sure everybody has a full screen of this, or is there something I need to do?
No, I think you're good, Jamie. I think we
Okay.
can,
We're good?
yeah, we
Okay,
can, we have the
good.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna tell me when you stop hearing my voice.
Yeah, we're not hearing your voice now there, Mo.
Now,
Only because you're not talking.
okay, that's it. Okay, let me just show you. Like I have my travel palette, but this palette right here is that's my big palette, and I leave it in the studio. I hope that you see it. Anytime that you feel like I am out of view, let me know.
No,
In
I love
case
that. You know, the natural question is how often, if at all, do you clean your palette?
I never clean it.
Good.
I
I
don't
like
clean,
that.
and for two reasons. One of them is laziness, and the second one is every once in a while you would just pick up a different like hue,
Yes.
and it just, oh my God, it's like the lady upstairs is looking out for you. It's like, thank you. It's I never picked up like a wrong hue by actually not cleaning it. So it's always, it's not like I am good. No, it always works to your advantage. I don't think you should clean your palette. In terms of organizations, from here down, this is hot or warm colors. From here up, they are actually warm colors. This is how it is. And these colors, I swear to God, I wish I could tell you what they are, but they are really very basic. This one right here is called actually Turner's yellow. This right here is some kind of an orange. This right here is, I know for sure it's cadmium red. I have got issues with red. I have to see it. So cadmium red is very good. This right here is ochre. This right here is actually called Van Dyke brown. It's very, very, very useful. It's amazing. It has got the ability, kind of like Payne's gray. It has got a wide gamut of value that you can use. It's the only brown that I have. That's it. These right here are special colors. This one is called Quin Gold. And this one right here is that Quin Sepia, something like that. It's kind of bizarre. It's like from Sommelier. This is Hooker's Green. I usually just mix it with Van Dyke brown so that it will give me a nice green. This is sap green. Sometimes I need a light green. I have some kind of a purple. I don't use it that much. It's just very old, and this is turquoise. It's very nice sometimes for people's faces. This is cerulean blue. This is some kind of another blue. I don't know what it is. And this one is Payne's gray. That's my palette in a nutshell. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I also have got neutral tint. That's very important. Neutral tint is an amazing color. It's just like a color of all colors. It's amazing. Just put it as gray. It's called neutral tint. In addition to that, I'm not going to show you my entire desk. It's really a mess. For example, wow, I didn't even know that. It's German airplane. Oh God, what's wrong with that? It's really okay.
The Red Baron. All right.
Red Baron. It's the photo. Very nice. Damn it. It's that. Okay. I also have got these that are extremely useful. Those are called actually butcher's trays. They are metal, very nice, and some of them are porcelain. Porcelain is bad because if you drop it, it just breaks and gets stuff everywhere. It's really very nice. You'll be able to actually just mix on it for the long. Now it's like what is it called? Cherry blossom season in Washington D.C. Get the special color so that I can.
Oh, there's a ring.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Washington D.C. is a beautiful city. It's so underrated. Okay. In case you are wondering, I'm going to do the few sketches first on just regular paper. This particular paper, it's called sketch paper, and it's made by Strathmore. That's one of my favorite, actually. And I will be using my amazing fountain pen, which is right here. Okay. Remember, anytime I go like out of view, please let me know. Look what happens. Your forearm should be in line with the paper. Actually, my desk is situated like this, and there is no way I could be sketching this way. What I do is I rotate my paper so that it would be in line with my forearm. This is the natural way for my arm to work. So you have to be very comfortable. And it's also shoved a little bit too much into the inside of the table, and that's because I'm resting my entire forearm on the table. That's very important. Okay, the first thing I usually do for any sketch, it will be to make sure that I put a horizontal line. Look at my line. It starts actually very thick, and it goes very thin, and it goes very thick. I do this on purpose. It's called hit, go, hit. If you use it, you owe me a quarter. Look, again, I rub it in a little bit. I can go very quickly. It will give you a thin line. If I go very slowly, it's going to give me what? A very thick line. It's really fascinating. I can push a little bit on the pen and look at it. All of this is happening from a single, actually, nib. And look how actually I can manipulate it with a single stroke. Thick, thin, thick, thick, thin, thin, thick, thin. Just with one. This is priceless. Don't forget, don't tell this information to anybody. It's very important. But the secret to it, again, it's a pen that is lengthy. It's a pen that I actually exposes the what's it called, the nib, and this particular nib has got the ability to actually flex a little bit. If it's flexed too much, it would start to drag. It's really problematic. I don't like it one bit. In case you're wondering about a flex nib, well, it looks like this. Whenever you push on it, it really opens the lines. I mean, it's nice. Sometimes I do sketches with it, but it's just, I don't know, it's just, and also, and Marek knows that he is the king of the food nib. You can actually just get, you can get actually nibs that are bent. It's really amazing. It's called food, which means actually a brush. And look what happens. I can go thin, I can go thick. Like dramatically thick, not just a little bit, like a lot thick. Very interesting. It's really amazing. But I love this. This is made by Sailor, and I think it's like $16. It's amazing. But look at the length of this baby. Oh my God, Mo loves it. It's amazing. Again, I use this, but I don't tell anybody. But for $9.99, actually, I'm telling you that I actually use this pen a lot. It's really amazing. But it requires what? A lot of practice. Pens, my dear apprentices, it's kind of like guns. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna blow your brains out. So you have to be careful. Anyway, in Oklahoma, this is very popular when I say it, but other locations it's like, shut up, Mo. It's like, okay. Okay, again, look, and also look at the quickness of what I do. I never erase my lines. This is the horizon line. There is no reason for me. You're advanced, you know what it is. And always the human beings happen on this horizon line. Those are two human beings. This one actually has got a pet or a Dyson vacuum cleaner. It's fascinating. What I usually do is I don't show the legs of the second person on purpose. And that's because it's something that we learned from the ancient Egyptians. Perspective for them is about actually overlapping. So all of a sudden, just putting that particular person behind this person actually gives it a little bit of depth. If you like details and stuff like that, here is actually some kind of a suit or a case, and that person is just has got like a saber. I don't know. But again, look at the facility of drawing it. And whenever this person is way far, their heads always happen where? On the same line. And that their body gets smaller. Here is another one. I usually just elaborate on them a lot. Whenever I think about it, I mess it up. I really do it very quickly. Very huge amounts of people. Just be extremely facile with it. That's very important because all of a sudden, it just tells you the fact that, oh, this is a scene and it has got dimensionality to it. It has got actually depth. This is the horizon line. Usually the ground line is about where your solar plexus is, you know, the belly button. It's fascinating. And then from that particular line is I would be able to actually determine that this, for example, is the vanishing point. And all of a sudden, look what I do as a technique. is I would put a couple of lines and it shows as if it is a path. You want to actually just add more things to it. You can actually go like this, and before you know it, you get the setting for something that is really very, very, very 3D. Other things that you can add. And you have to be actually like know the fact that the dome needs to have a lantern, and this is the shade line for the dome, and adding the shade in shadow. Oh, I actually just hatch. Did you notice I shut up because I'm focused? I make it look like I don't care, but I really do. And did you notice I usually go hit and go like this? And here, just to make it even have a highlight. It's very fascinating. Hey, some more. That does not exist, but you have to add it just to show the fact that it's reaching towards the creator. For instance, it's fascinating. And it goes like this, and all of a sudden you know that this is going to be darker, just because it's, and every once in a while, go beyond these lines. The lines that I do, they are only just a guideline, a roadmap for my strokes. That's about it. No more, no less. And you just leave it like this. These strokes that I added, this is to indicate the fact that there is some kind of a shadow, but I won't do it. And that's because it would steal the thunder from this. All of a sudden it becomes too dark. What does that mean? Well, this means whenever you do any sketch, it needs to have almost equal amounts of dark and light. You don't render the whole thing, and that's because you end up with something that doesn't have any focus. I want you to look at this, and it goes directly towards what? Towards this particular dome. And if you feel it's like, oh, you know, Mo, it really needs some life, let me tell you how I'm going to add some life to it. I will take my brush, and this is a small mop right here. It's made by Da Vinci. It's fascinating. Look what I did to it. For some bizarre reason, there is an idiot in the brush business that think that if the brush is small, they need to make actually the body of it very thin, which is ridiculous. Like I can barely hold, look, I'm gonna break it. So all of a sudden, I actually made it have more girth to give me more control. And look what I'm gonna do. This is water, and this is a little bit of just orange. And then, and don't be just happy with it like this. Look what I'm gonna do. You snap your brush and you take this down. And you take some of this and you take it this way. And you continue it. It's fascinating. Don't judge it now. This is the other thing that we usually do, is that you try to get the effect immediately. It does not. You take it, you put it to the side, and the lady upstairs will take care of it. I am not joking. Seriously, you need to have trust in your ability to actually make that work. Just do it. You did all that you do, and then you put it over there. I assure you it will be okay. And this is done actually on just cheap garbage paper, but I assure you it's going to actually just be halfway decent. We'll look at it at the end. Did you notice? It takes only just few moments to do while I am blabbing. For the next one, we're going to actually just do something on a piece of paper that is actually hot press watercolor. It takes watercolor better. Why hot press? Hot press, not to be confused with cold press, it tends to be whiter, and at the same time, it does not have as much divots. It's what we call valleys and hills. And that's because whenever you go with ink on this, it actually just starts rubbing the nib in the wrong way. It gives you bizarre effects. I still do watercolors on this. Really, I swear to God, I do almost all my watercolors on cold press. But however, what I am doing today, I'm going to do it on hot press. It tends to be extremely slick, not very slick, but it's not shiny. And it takes, not necessarily washes, it takes water strokes with a little bit of courage versus the other one. So you have to be very careful. Don't treat this as if, oh my God, I'm going to make washes. Oh, you're going to end up with a hole in the middle of it and you start cussing me. That would be very bad. But here is the scene. and I'm actually gonna recall it from my memory. The first thing I would do always is what? Is the horizon line. And look how I modulate it. I actually did this on purpose. Did you notice? I slowed down, push, go quickly, thin line, and then wait and go again. It's very nice. The other thing, and this is what I meant by the hook. Did you notice? This is the horizon line. For the vertical lines, look what happens. The pen turns and I'm holding it this way. And all of a sudden, I will actually just make a vertical line, if anything, so that I would know where is the vertical. Because after a while, you're doing so many lines, all of a sudden your verticals has got an angle and it's a mess. So what you do is that you make almost like a plus sign as a guideline. And the first thing, as usual, would be to put an Egyptian person right here. And here's the second Egyptian person. Here's the third one.
And Mo, I'll interrupt for a second because there was a question on all your drawings. Do you always put your people first before you put anything in the background?
Chris, the person who asked this particular question is a steely-eyed rocket man, but he is number 2 before you. What happens is that, yes, indeed, and that's because this is how I actually judge the scale of the sketch.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, I know how human beings are, how big. So I would know how big things are without having to measure. It's very important. In addition to that, seriously, you know, if we're going to be there documenting the world, it's occupied and populated by human beings. I think they're more important than the buildings. So it's nice just to show them. It adds character, and all of a sudden it humanizes it. But number one, it actually tells me how big things are. Fascinating. So this is, I hope I answered it. Maybe it's too much answer if you want mine. And look what I do. I actually run another line, and this is the ground line. I don't know what it means, but this is where the ground starts for me. I did not skip. Life is too short. Go on top of your people, but go very quickly. You don't want to actually just make a gigantic line right here. And all of a sudden, just for shits and giggles, I decided to have this line, and that's because this right there, the head is going to be the vanishing point for this. It's a 1 point perspective, but however, the second vanishing point is I decided to move it where? To infinity. So I would actually like bend and angle certain lines, but just it's extremely based on experience, if that makes sense. But all of a sudden, since this is here, it will be easy for me to have it go all the way to here, and that would be the edge of that particular market. I'm going to go like this just to make it narrower. Look what I did. It's a stroke. Right next to it is a piece of disease. I really did this on purpose. Don't do the sketch and then afterwards you would just fill it with disease. It doesn't work like that. This is me pausing a little bit and saying, okay, it stops here. I'll do another one. See? It's like from here to there. Now I need the line that goes from here through this particular point. Look, I can always go like that, but this is not easy for me. My hand, my arm does not work. There is nothing wrong with going like this. Oh, it's fantastic. Look, I go like this. Very lovely. Increase it. This goes up. Did you notice I move the paper a lot? I don't move my hand as much as I move the what? The paper. It's very important. Please don't tell that to anybody. Did you see? That line for the glass right here, it should stop right there. Did you notice? I don't care. They stop wherever they stop. Remember, it is a sketch. You want to get it exactly where it is, you take a photograph. Here's this, like this, and this right here. It's going to be like some kind of a sign. It has got a thickness. From here to here, probably it's going to be a shadow. And the standing shapes and shadow is arch. You have to do it. If you don't know how to do it, I'm going to be very upset. For the shade, for the soffit, did you notice a few lines, they converge, they get crunched right here just to emphasize perspective. If you don't do this, it will look hideous. So you really understand that what happens, the lines are going to get squished as you go towards the inside of your sketch, and they're gonna get relief as it goes towards you. Now, this right here is a shadow. And every once in a while, did you notice, I go beyond and I leave gaps to emphasize the fact that it was done by a human being. It's very nice. Above it is another building. There's another building. Sorry. I talk to myself when I draw. And look what I did. This is very dark. I need to show its reflection here. Ask me why.
Right.
I want to actually tie the bottom to the top, or else all the details will be right here. It will look very anemic. So I go from here to here, from here to here, and all of a sudden I will go like this, and I go like that, and I will actually go like this. Not as much. Look how I made it fade. It's fascinating.
Right.
Many of these lines are actually suggestions. Does that make sense? Actually, it's almost like a gestalt thing. If you take it as is, one line, it doesn't make sense. You put them together, it makes a lot of sense. Now, the other side, seriously, in Cairo, they do look like this. And all of a sudden, there is some kind of a sign right here. It's got a finger.
Mo,
What?
it's Jeff
Hello, Jeff. Jeff Parker?
Parker.
Hello, Jeff. It's so
Oh.
good to see you. Oh my God, Jeff, I love you, man. It's been so long.
I know, man. I just got back to my hotel. We
Oh,
had
I'm
dinner
so-
after our charrette.
I'm so
And-
glad you're here. I'm so glad.
I wanted to come on and say hi. And
Oh my God, that makes me so happy. Hello, Jeff. Hello.
so yeah, you
It
guys.
makes me just so happy. I am an educator, and nothing makes me happier than my students actually become better than me. Jeff is amazing.
No.
No.
Hey, well, Mo, Jeff was one of our demonstrators a number of months ago, so we can
Really?
really see your influence on his sketches as well. So it's great to have him, and we have him to blame,
Oh no,
for getting you
you
here.
guys are
So.
far too kind. I swear. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to pop on and say hi. I've got to run down.
I'm
We're
so glad.
getting ready to run downstairs and do some more work.
Okay.
So. But I wanted to pop on and say hi. I miss you, and thanks for coming on and sharing your talent. You guys pay attention. Mo is the man.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Hey,
Don't
Jeff,
make
this
me
is going to be
cry,
recorded.
please.
This is going
Oh
to be
my
recorded
God.
as well. So
Listen, I am crying now. See you guys.
I love you, man. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Take care.
All right.
thank you,
See you
Jeff.
guys. See you,
Take
Flag.
care, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you notice also what I did? Now this is the other side. It has got signs. It has got actually what I call like innuendos of like windows, air conditioning units. It has got probably this. I'm gonna add actually just even. This right here is a row. I'm recalling that from my travels. It's just not making it. And then towards the back, let me show you. Remember when we do watercolors? Is that watercolors, as it goes towards the back, due to atmospheric perspective, it should actually turn into light gray. Eventually, it becomes blue. It's fascinating. But whenever you're doing it with ink, it's kind of odd. Is that it gets darker towards the back. This is how it is. It's just I really don't know why. Because I did sketches in which the front is very dark and it goes lighter. They never turned out okay. It's practice them, see if you like it. Towards the back now, I'm just adding some value just to make it a little bit darker, so to indicate the fact it just goes towards the back. By the way, it's not like random lines. I am thinking this is an opening, this is a door, this is this. here is another human being on this side. And there is probably I think I can stop right now. Oh, hold on a second. I think since this person is towards the back, it ought to get a little bit of this. Again, just to show the fact that, they are behind them. It's really very, very, very fascinating. Look what I'm going to do now. I'm very happy with it. It's okay. It's not the best sketch that I did, but however, again, I told you not to fall in love with it. Don't. It's just that. Now I'm going to actually just take my brush. It's just one brush, seriously. And then this is water, just clear water. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of cerulean blue. I will show you in a second. Just a tiny bit, so that the water would have a little bit of a pigment. Look how, in case you're wondering about watercolor, the color is whenever you go like this. See, it's going to be very, very light whenever you go like that. This is the color. This is how we judge it. Why do we actually just move the brush like this? And that's because we want to get rid of the solid matter. You want to actually dissolve it. So do I mix on my palette? No, I never mix on the palette. I mix on the paper. That's important. But that's for another workshop that I would love to do. You guys are amazing. You're so polite. Okay. In case you are wondering how much water do I have to add to it more, this is ridiculous. I have this, it's filled with water. You can actually just make clear, clean water. This is how you should do it. One container is for washing your brush, and the other one is so that you can add clean water, so that your pigment won't become just pure mud. Okay, now look what I'm gonna do. Don't paint it like this. My stroke is a lot easier if I go like this. Ah, fantastic. And look what I'm gonna do. I have the ability to take my brush, I hope you can see, and actually I will push on it, and all of a sudden it has got a calligraphic edge. Thin, thick. So look, the thin is gonna go here, I'm gonna go thick, and I'm gonna go thin. Look what happens whenever it hits the ink. It starts to run, but you need to control it. I need this to be a little bit dark. Aha, I go slowly, slowly. I skip the water. The white is important. Now I cleaned my brush and I dried it. So now it is almost dry. And now I take this and I take it down. I tie it to the back. I take some of this and I take it out and take this here. This needs to be dark. Very nice. This side or this side needs to be dark, flat out. They should not be the same value. I'm making the assumption is the sun is coming from the top left. This is an architectural thing. It's really bizarre. Always the sun is always coming from the top left. So look what's going to happen. This means all of this need to be. Yeah. Add some. Look at my stroke now. And I have the ability to make thin thick with what? With one brush. This is going to get darker. This is going to get a little bit dark. This is going to get darker. There's a lot of blue here. I want to equal it with this. You take some blue. Don't make it too wet. Now I'm going to take some of this blue. Again, don't ask me why. It just works. I should be able to tell you, but I really don't know. This is some. And just for shits and giggles, just to make you happy, look what I'm going to do. No, this is actually very wet. This is very wet ink. I'm going to take this and take it out. See, you should be able to make very thin lines. Very thin lines. I need something very, very sharp right here. It's really too cold. So what happens is that I will take some of my, I know I told you I was going to do it just with one, but that's okay. This is just like another hue, and look. And then it's right here, and I'm going to take it and put it right there. And whenever I just leave it, don't forget to let it rest at an inclination. You want the water to come down. It's very important, or else it would puddle. And if you feel that sometimes certain locations it's getting a little bit out of hand, it's very simple. You just take this and you just you dab it. That's it. I hope you like it.
You know, the energy in that sketch, just from your extended line and your conservative use of color, but yet so so perfect.
Oh, you're far too
It
kind.
really gives a different level of energy to
You're far too kind. Don't super color these. It's just very. We're gonna do another one later in which we will do it in full color. This is totally doable. But you know, a lot of the times the subject matter you can actually communicate it. Remember, this is not about being pretty. It's just communicative. It's a street. It's a little bit tight. It has got people. You can tell it is extremely busy and so on and so forth. And I still need to add some things to it. For example, this is actually a 2B, something B, something that's pencil. And every once in a while, I would actually just feel free just to add actually just lines. Don't overdo it. It's kind of telegraph, telephone lines, so on and so forth. It's just whatever you want. Don't overdo it. It becomes too much. And probably after this is completely dry, I might come back with a white pencil and just hit some of these lines just so that I can pop them. That's about it. But seriously, it's going to get better and better and better. Just leave it here to dry. As we are waiting on this to dry.
Got a quick question, Mo.
Yeah.
We got from Regina. She asked, do you bring loose paper or a journal when you travel?
No, when I travel, I have a journal.
Yes, okay.
I'll be more than happy to share my journal with you. But what happens whenever I do watercolors, I just do them on just loose paper. And I have actually a clipboard I take with me because it's nice to have a hard surface.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one that we did. See how it turned out? Yeah. And actually, I might even make it a little bit nicer. And that's because the orange is a little bit too dead. So this is actually a red Prismacolor pencil, scarlet, very nice. And actually, I would just put it right here.
Hmm.
It just needed it. It was too flat. Remember, it needs to be modulated. Your lines are modulated. Your color is modulated. Does it? And a couple of birds. And this is it. Maybe the same thing. This looks a little bit dead. Yeah, capitalism. Here you are. It's better.
Nice.
Again, did you notice? Okay, two things. Is that the subject matter is treated as a series of shapes. Don't say that this is a door, this is that. You just actually objectify it as is, and you transform it and you put it like this. Later on, whenever you start actually adding the value and stuff like that, this is whenever you actually turn it back into this amazing thing that it was, which is the subject matter. This right here is graphic communication. This is me forcing you. This is a little bit too harsh of a word. It is me enticing you to go in. Just because I did that. I just literally just look. This is white, this is dark. Contrast. People love contrast. Our eyes love contrast. And all of a sudden, us hitting not every line, just hitting the fewest of lines strategically, and it just takes practice. It just makes it, the nice thing. I just discovered that, maybe one thing, one promise. Listen, I promise this is the last. Yeah, that needed. that was, it has to have it. Just get it on the sides.
Hey, Mo, how many drawings have you ruined by saying, let me just add this?
You know what? Every time I do this, I usually ruin it. So I probably did ruin it. I feel so bad. No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's okay. Now we are. Anything about this before I come and talk to you face to face? Okay.
No,
It's awesome. I do want to just mention, Mo, it's a little after 9 Eastern,
Oh my God. Okay. Like listen, we're
which is okay. One person had to drop. He said his dogs are ringing their bell to go out, so he had to go walk his dog. That was Glenn.
Glenn, tell him that he will be punished later.
Yeah.
It looks.
We'll dot Glenn a letter grade and deal with him later. But
severely. Let me stop sharing.
oh man, we don't want you to stop sharing.
No, I'm right here. I'm back. Yay. If you have any if you have any questions, please ask. Dedication to the cause is really important. Doing it over and over. I tell you, even today, I've ruined some in front of the students. It's like public humiliation. But what it is actually they will admire the fact that these are actually you trying to communicate. You know, many times you would slur, you would actually just say the wrong word, or you would actually butcher the word. It's normal. And you know what happens? Keep them as a reference or actually throw them away. But I usually keep the good and the bad, and this way you can actually just learn from it. Don't fall in love with it, admire it. And that's about it. Oh, and don't forget to share it. Seriously, you owe it to the new generation because it's not like her. Look at me, I am a draw, big deal. You know, any monkey could draw. But what it is actually just like showing the fact that look how wonderful the world would be if you recorded it yourself by using your appendages and your brain and your eyes. It's just I can't imagine anybody saying this is bad. And you know what? All my books say that talent does not exist. I don't believe in it. Absolutely not. I don't think actually whatever it is that created us or how we evolved is that it's going to go. It's like, you know, Chris, I'm going to make you extremely talented. Behold, I'm going to make him amazing. And then Gina, I don't think so. I don't like that. You know, it's just, the world doesn't work like this. No, but what it is, seriously, it's actually a person that started drawing whenever you are actually like 10 years old until you are 61 years old. Inevitably, you're going to become better. Well, if you're actually regressing, you're an idiot. And that's because you're not actually learning from your mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. And did you notice that most of us, excuse me, I get excited. Most of us tend to be actually, how can I say this? Like in a mature age group. And that's for a reason. Seriously, that's because you are more comfortable with yourself. You can actually take a critique without actually sulking or thinking that it's about you and you insulted somebody. And the fact that you are experiencing, and all of a sudden, by this particular age, is that you are flowering and you are starting to do this. Oh my God, I'm in heaven. I swear to God. There is no, what? Money? Who cares? It is this beautiful thing that you do. You record it. It's seeing it and inviting others. It's like, look how I looked at it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, so sweet.
Mo, I wanted to just open it up to questions. If anybody has questions, please speak out. You don't have to be so formal at this time. If you have something to holler out, let's see, we got a question popping up, but just holler out if you have one. Okay, this is Ruth. This has been so great. She says, I was hesitant about tonight because we were told we would not be sketching, but this was excellent. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Excellent. Excellent. That makes me extremely happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Somebody is like sharing something.
I'm not sure what happened to the Zoom.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can still catch you, right, Mo?
Yeah, I'm right here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Mo, I want to ask you a question.
Lisa, no questions. That's it.
I tend to get very frustrated with myself if I don't do it perfect. You know, a perfectionist. And I want to get my mind ready to be freer. Yeah. What do I tell myself? How do I get my mind to just draw those lines? Because I can draw. I just can't free myself to be loose like you.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Be yourself, Lisa. Maybe I am a little bit too loose with my stroke. Like seriously, one time is that I got critiqued by the fact that this person is just too, not morally loose, but it's just like too loose. But it's something I believe in. And I think it's extremely comfortable. And that's because it's more natural. It is not so contrived. So I would like to suggest the following. Number one is alcohol. Number two, no, not in a very bad way. I am not joking. Whenever you're relaxed, I mean, alcohol has got this is going south. Okay, listen, Lisa, this is not a joke. Give yourself exercises. Just do horizontal lines. Like next time, just for 1 hour, I am not joking, play some kind of a music and get you a good drawing instrument and just fall in love with it and only use it. In the beginning, using a fountain pen is going to be complete tragedy, like really a Greek tragedy, because it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to use it. It's skipping. I've got ink everywhere. But keep on using it and just do lines. The next day, do vertical lines. The next day, almost every day, do grids. And then do lines in which you go thin, thick, or how fast you can do it. I still do it every day. It's kind of warming up. It's kind of like a car. It has to get the oil to that right temperature so that you can start actually just pushing the engine. I'm not joking, Lisa. It will work, but you need to embrace the fact that doing it loosely is actually good. But if you are deep and it's like, I think this is too loose. Well, it's not too, the world is loose. And all of a sudden, we did it very quickly. Did you notice? I did not have, I did a lot of thinking, don't get me wrong, but I did not I have to stop the line behind the guy and come up from the other side and it needs to be on the same line. Listen, life is too short. Whoop, done. And it's all this lines, eventually they coalesce into the scene that has got a front, which is the foreground. It has got a background, and it has got those people that are actually in the middle. That's it. But just, I'm not joking. Results are guaranteed or your money back. It works. But you need to embrace the fact that this is my philosophy now. I'm not going to actually make it look like a photograph because it's not. It is a sketch. Fundamentally, it has to be done very quickly. The other thing, and this is for everybody, Robert, give yourself now our telephones, they have a stopwatch, not more than 15 minutes. Your sketch, no matter how complex it is, can be done in 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, you start to actually just reduce that amount and see how quickly you can do. And you can do it. Just super focus and see what does matter. Look more and draw less. And the results are amazing. Sorry, it's just that. I'm not joking. It would work. Hello, Robert. I'm only talking to the people I see, and there is Barbara. I love the color of your hair. It's like a movie star.
Thank you.
Couple of comments, Mo, in the chat, and I think you covered one of them. They asked about tips for practicing. I think you covered that. Adam asked that. That was great. Yeah. Alberto said, "Great presentation. Thank you so much, Mo, and all." Connie said that this was the most stimulating and refreshing presentation. Loved all the thoughts and perspectives. Many thanks.
Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Oh my God, today is extra ration of rum for me.
Yeah, so we might have to give you a raise, Mo. We might have to give you more than we thought originally. So, just send us a bill and we'll go from there.
No, not at all. It just genuinely is just giving me the opportunity to know you. The whole thing is about actually making ourselves better to each other. Seriously, if we understand each other, that's all. Seriously, just let us see your experiences. This is the whole thing. And again, please don't throw things at me. I genuinely disagree slightly with one of the creeds of urban sketchers, which is actually about recording it exactly as it is. Remember, your job is to interpret. I need to see it through your eyes, not how it is directly. That's my only
Yep.
Please don't hate me. It's just, it's
I love it.
important.
I love it. I love it, Mo. And a couple of things, and I'll turn it back over to Lisa and whoever. But you know, this has been magnificent. I feel as if I've returned to my favorite class that was never long enough. I always loved. And this was great. And taking notes, I was trying to feverishly take notes, but also look at what you were doing as well. But a couple of things always are fun. Lines or suggestions. Some of the things you've said. Draw what you feel. I love that. Start with a subject, stop with a subject. I love that dot being a piece of disease. I love that. Move the paper instead of the hand. Lines or suggestions mix on the paper. There's so many wonderful little comments, and I hope all of us had the same level of takeaways that I did, because this was truly inspirational. And I could go on forever, even though it's past my bedtime. But I mean, I can go on for a while here. But this is awesome. So I wanted to, before I turn it back to Lisa and gang, I wanted to personally thank you for, again, the generosity of your time. And you have exceeded certainly the expectations, but we knew you would. And we love you for it. And we certainly appreciate you spending the time with us. Thank you personally. And we will be in touch for sure. So
Absolutely.
Lisa, I'll turn it back over to you, and you can close it out.
You said it all, Chris. You don't have to turn to me. All we have to do is say, thank you, Mo. You have inspired us.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
My
Yes,
pleasure.
it was wonderful.
Yes.
Thanks, Mo.
Awesome time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Thank you. Take
We-
care, and
we-
please keep in
all right.
touch.
We will see you again for sure.
Absolutely, and please keep in touch. Like, send me like bad jokes or something.
Or Zoom. You're welcome to
Bye.
come.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Everyone
you.
have a great evening. Mo, we'll be in touch, my friend.
Absolutely.
Everyone take care. Thank you,
Bye,
James.
everyone.
What's up?
All right.
All right.
Good
Bye-bye
night.
now.
Good night.